If you work in HR, does this sound familiar to you? A line manager comes to you and says, I have to have this conversation with someone in my team and I just don't know how to handle it. Now, I used to work in HR and I worked in HR for many years, and this used to happen to me on numerous occasions. And because you're that kind and caring professional, of course you want to help. But in the back of your mind, you've also thinking, I've got my own workload that's building up, and that precious time that I've just blocked out to finally get something done has now disappeared. So you spend the next hour talking to the line manager. You talk them through what you need to say, how they should approach it, what they should do if the employee gets upset or defensive. And sometimes after all of that, they still don't feel confident enough to actually have the conversation. Now multiply that by the number of line managers you've got in your organisation, and that's a lot of HR time. I know that many HR teams simply don't have the capacity to coach every manager through difficult conversations. And that's why I've developed the Courageous Conversation Support. I'm a practicing workplace mediator with a long-standing background in HR, and I train professionals to become qualified workplace mediators, and I go into businesses and train courageous conversations to line managers. And now I want to take those skills and provide bite-sized one-to-one support to managers as and when they need it. They can talk the situation through with me. We'll work out what they actually need to say, how to open the conversation, how to approach it constructively, and we can even role play the conversation so they can practice it with me before they have to have it. And we can all do that in a confidential space. I'm not there to replace the HR team or take over the issue. Think of me more as an additional support for those times when HR team simply doesn't have the capacity to provide that one-to-one coaching. At the same time, we're helping your managers build their own confidence and capability to have those conversations themselves. Because the more confident managers become at having courageous conversations early, the less likely it is that those issues are avoided and allowed to escalate into something much bigger. Courageous conversation support can be used as a one-off service, as and when it's needed, or I can work with organisations on an ongoing basis, giving you the line managers access to a dedicated booking link so they can access support directly when they need it. So if you are a HR professional and you're sitting there thinking, actually, we could really use something like this, I'd love to have a chat and explore whether courageous conversation support could work for your organisation. You can email me directly, or I've included a link where you can book a no obligation call with me. We can have a chat about your challenges, what the HR team are facing, and whether this could provide some much needed additional support. I'd love to hear from you.